Okay, now in this lesson we are going to design for the section 2, which is our next section. I think it's our team, and we are going to design that in this tablet view. And I'm going to skip some of the portions because they are mostly alignment. Till now you might have seen most of my techniques, how I'm laying out content and how I am placing and moving everything horizontally and vertically. Okay, so let's start this section, and I'm going to first select this, and I'm going to go to properties, and we need some more height in this artboard. So maybe I'm going to add 4400 over here. Okay, so like this. Okay, so if you want to resize your grid, you can unlock this and you can resize it every time you need it to be resized, something like this. Okay, so like that. Again, don't forget to drag them, and I am going to move to the section, zoom out, enable your section 2. Now I think it is hidden behind this area, this top area, so we are going to move it down, shift arrow to move them down like that. Okay, now let's see if I am going to align them or match them with this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and drag some line over here. Okay, looking good. Now my section, let's zoom in. Okay, so it's aligned perfectly. So I am going to do the same thing over here. I am going to align these in the middle, and then I am going to use each team member to use this 4 columns. Okay, so I'm going to go in this section very quickly, so don't worry that everything is happening so quickly. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, there is one thing I'm going to change over here, which is I'm going to clip them, all these images, into their own blocks. Okay, so I'm going to unclip them from here. Okay, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a custom size block over here. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so height is going to be 428, something like this. Okay, so this is our first. So I'm going to clip it inside this one. I'm going to change this color of this clipping area into the same background, and I am going to rename. Okay, so I'm going to select all of these layers by pressing shift, and I'm going to Control G or Command G to group them. Okay, so if I try to hide this, you can see this is the full block. Okay, so now I'm going to place her inside this area. Okay, something like this. Okay, or maybe 4 columns I'm going to use somewhere here, and same I'm going to do for this one. Okay, so I'm going to skip everything quickly. I'm going to again use the same height box, which is going to be this rectangle, which is 436, size 36. Okay, height, and I'm going to clip everything inside them, everyone inside them, and we are going to group them like that. Okay, there is something strange happening, that when I try to move some groups, they get out of their groups and they move to the top of this artboard. Okay, so this is a bug in Photoshop. Okay, so don't worry about it if I group something and something moves around. Okay, so this has been moved outside my area, so I'm going to drag it over here. Something messed up, I guess. Okay, so this is basically the tag for this person. That was a UI designer, UX designer. Okay, so I'm going to move it inside over here. Okay, something like this. Okay, now we have placed everything inside it. I am still going to do and clip these two inside. Okay, also we are going to expand the background size, which is going to be this one over here. Okay, so we also need to change the size of our tablet artboard, and I'm going to 600 enter over here to make sure everything fits well. Okay, now if you can't find any layer or it is outside of your layer bounds or your canvas, now you can control click on it and you can see it selected it and highlighted it, and it here I found that this has been moved somewhere else. So I am going to move it inside this social media. I guess I had social media. Okay, so this is going to be inside the social media, and I'm going to move it on the left and at the bottom. Okay, so let's see where it is right now. Okay, so it has been moved over here. Okay, so I'm going to select it first, move it over here, then I'm going to move it down in my social media group. Okay, this is Sonia Bismal, and the same thing I'm going to do for him. Okay, let's see where is the other name. Okay, so let's create another layer and replace it like this. Okay, just to speed things up. Okay, so now we have 4 different groups and I'm going to align them accordingly. Let's create our show our guides, and this is our designer. Let's move it inside this. This is marketing. Okay, so then we have UX designer. It is going to be in the middle of this area. Okay, so this is almost complete. Let's create show our grids and align them better with the grids. With the grids with the grid. Okay, now you can see I am going to move it somewhere over here, or maybe a bit down because I need some spacing. Okay, so here I have set it up like that. Okay, and also if you can size it inside your according to your canvas, it's good better. Okay, so nothing is outside your canvas, it is better like that. Okay, so these, let's align them. Marketing, let's move to the group first. Okay, so if I select something, it is going to give me the group. Okay, this is not working, so I'm going to go back to layers, marketing. I am going to move it a bit down, equal to this girl over here, Jenna designer. Okay, so this is good. They are almost both aligned. They are going to be over here. Okay, so we are all set up for this team area. Let's hide this grids and see how our design is looking. Okay, so it is looking really cool. This area is done. Let's move on to the footer area, which is going to be our last part for this tablet view. So let's move on to the next lesson.